Hey everybody, so we're back in the kitchen and we're going to show you how to do a very easy, the purpose of this video, I'm going to stress, is quick and easy whole chicken using your crock pot. I'm dressed in my work clothes doing this because this is what it usually looks like when I'm still half asleep in the morning with my coffee, trying to throw something in the crock pot so when I come home after a day at work and the kids are ready to eat, you have a quick, simple dinner already ready to go. So what this is we're going to do this is a whole chicken. I've already unwrapped it, taken out the giblets in the middle. A lot of people love to make comments, I've noticed on YouTube, about salmonella and handling chicken. You'll notice I probably won't touch this the entire time. But anyway, everyone knows what you're supposed to do with handling chicken. I'm not going to get into that. Just don't spread it all over your kitchen. Alright, so easy. Crock pot is empty. I always turn my crock pot on right before I start to cook. Whenever I cook anything with a bone in, so chicken with bone in, I always put on high, typically for anywhere between 3 and 6 hours. This chicken is about 5 pounds, so what I would normally do is put it on high for roughly 5 to 6 hours. So, like I said, before you get started, I always spray the crock pot. So I just pull it out. I always spray this edge right here on top, because you'll notice, and right along the rim up there, because what you'll notice is when the crock pot sits all day long, it will bake along that, and it's a lot easier to clean. So we've got our crock pot sprayed. This is as complicated as it gets for me. I take a bag of onion soup mix. This is typically the stock I use. I don't get real fancy with cutting up the giblets. You take it, you just pour it in. It's that simple. Don't think about it. Remember, I do this in less than 3 minutes in the morning. Now you have several options for your vegetables and things other than the chicken. I like to use whole carrots. I like to use celery already cut up. I leave all this stuff in big chunks when I put it in a crock pot, because I've learned over the years, if I make it real fine and chop it up, it turns into mush. I don't like that. Some people might like that, I understand. I don't. And then I use whole mushrooms, and I usually pull the stems out and either keep them whole like this or I break them in half. Do it to taste. A lot of people put in little round potatoes as well. We don't eat a lot of potatoes in our house, but you can do that as well. I just give you these vegetables as an example, because I literally will take these and just throw them in the crock pot. And I don't even think about how much, I just get it in there. So, we've got our onion soup mix in there, the crock pot's turned on, our vegetables are already ready to go, and then you're just going to take your chicken. I always use my tongs, and I just lift it up, I make sure I don't get any drippings anywhere, and I just put it right in the crock pot. So the chicken's in the crock pot. I'm going to put this off to the side. And we're back. Chicken's in there. Spices. So, these are, I already talked about vegetables, I already talked about temperature, how long. I do two things. I always put in onion soup mix. I don't know why, I just always do. But it's easy and it's quick. You can use, this is kind of like a lemon mixture that I like a lot. The kids like this a lot. I just basically take it and you just put it all over the chicken before you put the water in. Now I realize the water is going to alleviate some of it, but I don't put the water in until the very end. That's just my method. Some people might disagree, and that's your right. Now, if you just want to do plain and simple, just do your salt and pepper. Just pepper it to flavor and taste the way you like it, and that is the easiest way to do it. If you like a little bit of spice, I use about 10 dashes of Tabasco, which is quite a bit, and then I have this stuff called Butt Rub. That's just a brand, but it's like a kind of a steak barbecue seasoning, a mixture of garlic and cayenne pepper, and I'm not sure what else is in here. Black pepper, onions, paprika. So if you want spicy, go with this. Traditional salt, pepper, and onion soup mix, vegetables, you're done. Or the lemon pepper is another variation that I do use a lot. So what we're going to do with this one, we're probably going to do the lemon pepper. So we're just going to take it and we're just going to sprinkle it all over the top. I usually put some kind of in the middle of the chicken where the giblets come out. I know you can't see that just because I have the camera on a tripod. I'm very generous with this. I think the spices in the crock pot, what's really cool about it is that it just simmers all day long. So, and you're going to have water in there obviously, so it's just one of those things that I think it's just easier to just kind of be generous with it. That's what it looks like. That's it. Throw your vegetables in, and then what I do is I cover the chicken a little over halfway. So the top of the chicken isn't submerged in water, but it's about halfway, and I'll show you essentially how I do that in a second. Okay, we're back. I forgot to pour a pitcher of water. Normally I do that. But basically that's what it looks like. I know you can't really see it too well, but it's a little over halfway. Stick it back in the crock pot. If there's any other spices you want to put in, you're going to throw in your vegetables. I just put them in there, but make sure they're in the water. Sometimes you kind of have to put them on the side. Sometimes you have to kind of jam them in there. Get them all in there. Put your cover on. And ladies and gentlemen, you're done. Now I did some explaining and some walking around to get the water, but I can do all that from start to finish in probably less than 5 minutes. My goal is to do it in less than 3 minutes with unwrapping it safely, getting rid of all the chicken juice or whatever you want to talk about, and be clean about it. Get it in there, turn it on. Like I said, a lot of people, you can look up crock pot recipes and they'll talk about cooking times. I'm going to cook this one. Ours has a timer for 6 hours, and then it'll just kind of shut off and stay warm. By the time we get home, you're good.